Hi everyone, y'all hate the Madison, and welcome back to another video on the channel. It has been such a long time since I talked about Sims, filmed Sims, said that intro. I mean, like, life has been so crazy, and that is part of the reason why my first video in a couple of months is this Create a Sim. Because one, I haven't made a Create a Sim on this channel, and I got this idea for the Sims family, made the Sims, and recorded it, so here we are. And then also B, I felt like you guys deserved an explanation, and while I do want to talk about the Sims that I am making, I also want to give you guys the explanation because it's been 4 months maybe since my last video. I just kind of fell off the face of the earth after my birthday, and I just kind of want to give you a brief explanation, hopefully, as to what's been happening. Let's just say that. So, as we're making the male sim, his name is Lucian. Let's talk about my life because it has been really tough. Basically, I turned 20, and then it was a good month, but I didn't have anything pre-recorded or anything edited or filmed, and I started classes up shortly after my birthday, and I just started working a second job and making a business out of that job. So basically, I had a lot of other priorities that did not come to this YouTube channel, and so it hurts to say, but that's the truth. I just had to choose what to prioritize in my life, and sadly, this Sims channel, this community that we are slowly building together, a community that I love, by the way, was not at the top of the list. Something else that happened is that I kind of got in that mood where I didn't want to play Sims at all. I had played so much Sims, so much Ultimate Decades in like a short time span that I got sick and tired of the Sims game. So I just didn't play any Sims. And of course, I'm not playing any Sims, so I'm not playing any of our Sims families for you guys. And the biggest thing is that I fell into a depression, I would say. It was like the entire month of November. Basically, last year in November, my mom lost her hearing, and so this was the 1-year anniversary of that, and we were both incredibly sluggish, super depressed. We were eating incredibly unhealthy. We were adopting terrible habits when it came to food, eating when we're not hungry, overeating, stuff like that. Like, we were just not in a very good headspace, and I couldn't really do anything, but I had to do school, so all of the energy that I had went to doing schoolwork and accounting classes and stuff like that, and I just was not in a very good headspace. I was depressed during November, and all I was trying to do was make it through the month. Everything's fine now, obviously. I'm great. I'm doing fantastic. I just got back from Florida, went and saw the Christmas trees at Disney World. Like, yo betra. Okay, I'm good. But while I was kind of depressed, I also wrote like 10,000 words for the first time in 3 years. Like, I wrote, and I also, because when I get depressed, I have a coping mechanism of starting learning a new language. Yeah, I can't explain it. That's just what happens. Like, every time I get really down, granted, I've never been as depressed as I was in November, I just decide I'm going to start learning a new language. So on top of not having time to live and just trying to get my schoolwork done, I was like, yeah, I think it's a great idea to start learning Espanol. So I'm learning Spanish now. If you don't know, I am bilingual. I know American Sign Language and English. English is my native language. I don't know why I put ASL first. I guess I just love ASL so much. But I am bilingual. I speak and sign those languages. I also have about a A2 in Swedish. I have a hard relationship with Swedish that probably doesn't help when you're in a downward spiral to think about how long you've been studying Swedish and how terrible you are at it still. And so now I just started learning Spanish, and I'm having a really good time trying to study Spanish the right way. Basically, I'm doing this, is it the SAMI method? No, I don't think it's what it is. Self-administered mass immersion. It is SAMI. So yeah, I'm doing the SAMI method for Spanish. I'm doing self-administered mass immersion, which just means I am listening to a hell of a lot of Spanish and hoping that my brain makes the connections that everyone says it will eventually make. So that's where I've been with my life right now. I started school, went on vacation, got depressed, not all in that order, started learning Spanish, and finally we are here to return to the Sims game. So, like I said, I am so sorry that it took so long for me to post a video, but I needed a break. During like October, September, I don't know if y'all could tell, I was kind of getting burnt out. I was having a hard time filming videos, not editing, but filming them. I had a hard time making myself record them, so I started a bunch of different Let's Plays, and none of them really worked out. Barbie might be coming back. I actually don't know about Barbie yet, but Legacy is returning. I promise you Legacy is returning, and a new series is hopefully gracing your eyes. Those are the Sims we are making today. We are making Lucen and Vivian Rolf. No, there's no L. Lucen and Vivian Rolf. Rafe? I don't know how to pronounce it. Rafe? Well, I don't know what their last name is, but we're making them, and it is going to be such a fun Let's Play. I'm so freaking excited. So we're going to play with Supernatural in this Let's Play, but it's also going to be like super story told, and there's going to be a couple of elements of Ultimate Decades put into it, such as like challenge roles. I am really excited. And the Supernatural, there's going to be wolves, witches, vampires, maybe some genies. I'm not 100% sure what all this is going to entail, but the starting family is these two right here. Lucen is a wolf. He is a werewolf, and he has a little backstory, but we will tell you guys the backstory when we get into the actual Let's Play. Coming soon. I don't know when, but soon. And then his wife, Vivian, is a human. So right now, I'm just giving him all of these tattoos because I was reading Teen Wolf fan fiction a couple of days ago, actually, before I made these Sims, and I was like, I want Derek Hale in the Sims. So that's kind of what inspired this whole series, was Teen Wolf fan fiction. I absolutely adore Derek Hale, and there's not enough stuff surrounding Derek Hale, so I was like, I'm gonna play Derek Hale's life in The Sims. Well, we're not doing that entirely. We got a little bit of differences, but I'm really excited for this Let's Play. I have a lot of ideas for it, and we'll just have to see how it all works out. And I don't know if they'll be posted weekly or not, because I do want to try and put like machinimas into it. Not super long ones, but a little bit of short stuff to help carry through the, the series. Kind of like Plum Bob's in the Past's Ultimate Decades Challenge, which I'm so far behind on. When I stopped playing Sims, I stopped watching Sims videos, and I'm so far behind on Plum Bob in the Past UDC. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So what we're doing right here is we're actually starting to create Vivian. Now, something I try and do every single time is I try and make my Sims have different features. Because when you play The Sims, a lot of the times you're going to make Sims and they're going to look the same. Like, it's very hard for one Simmer to make Sims look different, just because we all have a particular taste of how we want to make our Sims. We all kind of gravitate towards raising one bar for the Sim every single time, and that is the case for me. So when I was making Vivian in particular, I wanted to make her different. So I gave her a different nose than I would normally use, and I tried to keep her having like a larger nose, because I typically do the tiny little itty bitty noses and stuff like that. Like, I always use Florida as an example. She's a Sims player. I like her videos. I ain't gonna bash on her, but all of her Sims have like the same features: tiny eyes, big lips. They're gorgeous, but they look the same. And once I started noticing that like Florida's Sims look the same, and oh my goodness, what is her name? She works as a National Guard. She's a Sims player. She had a really big Generations Let's Play, but she mentioned this. I can't remember her name right now, but she originally is the one who put it in my mind that we all kind of make Sims that look the same, and once she did, I saw it everywhere. I saw it with Florida. I noticed it even in like Sims 4 Simmers I watch. Wisteria's Sims, I notice it, and I notice it in my own Sim. So I'm not hating on anyone. I'm just saying we all need to grow. I'm just kidding. But I was really trying so hard to make this girl look different. I wanted Vivian to have a little bit of je ne sais quoi. I don't know. I don't speak French. That's not one of the languages I know, okay? Like we went over. I got 2 that I know pretty fluently, and I'm learning 2. Swedish, though, y'all, I just gotta talk about Swedish, okay? CAS videos for me have always been ranting and like you guys, this is like our podcast, okay? But it's something interesting to watch, not me just sitting here in my pajamas. Like, Swedish and I have such a hard relationship. We are kind of like toxic best friends because I love Swedish. I love Swedish so much. It makes my heart hurt at how underrated the Scandinavian languages are. They're so gorgeous. And Swedish is beautiful. I love svenska så mycket. But I also suck at it. Like, I've been studying Swedish for like 2 years at this point, and I'm only A2. So for all y'all who are just simmers and not language learners, A2 is like you can do basic conversation. You know how to introduce yourself. You can probably order. You can understand some stuff. But you're nowhere near, like, if someone came up to you and was like, yo, what's up, in Swedish, you'd be like, help me, I don't know what you want from me. And that's kind of where we are, okay? That's my relationship with Swedish, because it's been on and off for 2 years. I didn't know how to learn a foreign language when I started learning Swedish, so I've always been trying to catch up, and it's just not working. So Spanish and I were off to a better bat. Like I said, I'm doing the Sammy method, which is what most language learners who actually know how to learn a language, not those fake polyglots, say is the best way to learn a language, is self-administered mass immersion. I'll let you know if that works, because I have a pretty tight schedule for Spanish for the upcoming 2025 year, and I'll let you know if I can speak Spanish or not. I'll keep you updated. Speaking of 2025, oh my goodness. Hello, bonjour. What the heck happened to 2024? I can't believe I've had this YouTube channel. I've had this YouTube channel for a long time, but I started actually publishing videos on here consistently in 2024, and it's crazy to see that so many of you guys have come and joined me, have subscribed, like, oh my goodness. And thank you so much. And definitely let me know what your plans are for 2025. Are you going anywhere fun? You got any life goals? Are you learning another language? Are you also addicted to learning languages but suck at them? Me too, girly. Me too. Anyway, yeah. I have a lot of goals, but we're not going to talk about those because we're getting pretty close to the end of this Create a Sim. So we're just finishing up here with Vivian going through and doing all of her other outfits. So I actually really like how Vivi came out. I think she is more unique than most of my Sims because she has small eyes and a big nose, which is not something I typically do. The lips, I used a different lip preset, but I would say her lips are pretty up to par with my other Sims. For some reason, when I make Sims, I have an obsession, and I mean an obsession, with giving them like a lip part. Not with makeup, but with their literal genetics. You can see it in all of the Leprosy babies, like Sophia, Moses, Judah, and Daniel. All 4 of them have the lip that Ebony has because Ebony's genetics are super strong. Like this lip gene, whatever it is, super strong. And I ain't gonna lie, I think it's pretty, so I use it. That's one thing that I cannot give up. I cannot give up my genetically parted lips, okay? You can't make me. I give them big noses and I change their eyeballs, but you cannot make me give up my lip part. I will not surrender it, okay? So, yeah. Now we're just going through to give Vivi some different hair. I did give her some, like, moon earrings, even though she's human, and in my mind, she doesn't know that Lucien is a werewolf. I still like the idea of her, like, having jewelry that signals that it's the wolf. You know, like, she's got a werewolf hubby. I think that Lucien would have bought her some stuff that signifies the wolf, like her choker necklace, I'm sorry, she ain't choking, that's got stars on it, and then her earrings, of course. Like, yeah, I just think that Lucien would be pretty much like, hey, you're gonna get this, we're gonna be werewolves together. And Lucien actually has a tattoo on his arm that I didn't mention. That is his pack tattoo, and Vivi doesn't have that yet. But I'm running out of time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know if you like this voiceover or if you just put music on overhead, because I can be, you know, I could ramble. We all know that. But anyway, taksumike from Tita. Yoroskude. I'm out of here. Adios, arriva, salut, hey do, and goodbye. Whew, made it.